Are you ready for a granola that'll make your mouth water? You may be overselling it a little bit, it's just granola. But this isn't any ordinary granola, this is my oat cluster granola. Totally SOS free, no added salt, oil, or processed sugar. We're sweetening it with some bananas and some dates. But everything is delicious whole food ingredients. All right, let's get to it. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. You know me as the guy who likes to make really clean, really simple, whole plant food recipes. This is one of them, this granola. Granola can be tricky because I always used to use oil in order to get the texture right. Well, I figured out a way to do it where we don't have to use any oil and it's totally delicious and very, very simple. So let's get started. I'm making a 10x batch. So this is going to have 10 bananas and I'll explain sort of the ratios based on kind of like per banana, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is take these 10 bananas, peel them. They're really ripe. They don't actually look as brown as they do sometimes, but they're really pretty mushy. I could have gone longer, but I wanted to make you this video. So get them as ripe as you can, as black as you can will be great. So throw them in the food processor and that'll be the first step. Ooh, that's a gooey one. Okay, so for every one banana, I'm using 4 of these Deglet dates. These are the smaller Deglet dates. I would weigh them out, but I want to actually feel each one to make sure that when they say they're pitted, they actually are, because once in a while you have a pit in here and then it messes with your food processor. So I'll grab each one and count for 4 for every banana, and I've squeezed each one like that, yeah. So this is 40 of the Deglet dates. I throw them into the food processor with the bananas. Okay, moving on. So for every one banana, I also use a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. So this would be 5 teaspoons of each going into the food processor. Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna fire this thing up and let it go for a good minute or two until it's really smooth. And you could stop it just once to wipe down the sides a little bit with your spatula so that you're getting all that cinnamon into the mix. Here we go. Okay, all right, that's plenty smooth. So now oats. Yes, I keep my rolled oats in a 5-gallon bucket. Actually 2 5-gallon buckets, because I buy it in 25-pound bags because it's not that fun to go dig out of the bulk bins all the time, and I eat a lot of different starches. So yes, I keep these buckets with these awesome screw-on lids, and then I can just go at it. Every time I run out, I just go down to the basement and get more. All right, let's do this. So for every one banana, I'm using like a little bit of an overflowing cup, so a little more than 1 cup. So we're gonna use a little more than 10 cups. 2, 3. All right, so a little more than 10 cups, and thank you, rolled oats. Oh yeah. This is a lot like my oat cluster recipe in that I use the same sort of method, but we don't need the ground up flax meal because we're not trying to hold anything together into like a cookie form. So I just leave out the ground flax seed. You can still put ground flax seed in. You could throw it in the food processor and grind it up. You could put some whole flax seeds into the mix. It's not going to give you the omegas obviously, but it'll give you, you know, the digestive fiber of the whole flax seeds if you want to do that. Makes it look pretty too. So anyway, let's get this thing out of here, and all we're going to do is dump our wet mix into the dry mix. Gotta get it all. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Dump it in there. Get it all out. Give your food processor a little rinse and a dry because we're gonna need it again. So don't let it get all crusty in the sink. Okay? Okay, oh, we're gonna need that monster spoon again, aren't we? Oh yeah, let's do this thing. Mix all that up. I like to do like a 1/4 cup of nuts and seeds per banana. So I'm splitting that between slivered almonds, or I guess sliced almonds, and these green pepitas, the pumpkin seeds. So I've used 1/8 of a cup of each in order to get a 1/4 cup per banana. So that was like, actually for these 10 bananas, I used like 2 cups each, which is a little short based on the ratio I just explained, but whatever. And then I'm throwing in 2 cups of raisins also, and now let's just mix it up. We could throw in some flax seeds. So I have some whole flax seeds. Like I was saying, this isn't gonna help you with your omegas because I'm not grinding them up, but it's nice texture. And you could even do some sesame seeds if you want. Well, sesame, why not? Whatever. You can put other dried fruit in here. You can do whatever you want. It's just granola. Okay, keep this baby mixing. It's gonna take a few minutes. It's a monster batch, but get it all mixed up and we'll be ready to go. This one looks a little bit drier actually than last time I made it. So that means I put in a little bit less banana compared to oats, or I just put a little too much oats in. If that happens, you can always blend up some more banana and dates and add it in, or use less oats next time and try it out. But this looks pretty good. It's a little drier than last time, so we'll see how that affects it, but it looks really nice. So I think it's gonna work out just fine. Okay, so now get as many baking sheets as you're gonna need and put a layer of parchment paper on top. And we're just going to scoop it on there and we'll spread it out. So I kind of mash it down to try to get lots on here, and I want it to cook kind of evenly, so I'll flatten it out so that it's not too thick of a layer. Okay, that made 3 pans worth, as you can see. I know you're wondering, how is that going to turn into granola when it's just smashed down like that? I'll show you, don't worry. But right now, 350 for like 20 to 30 minutes. It does not have to be that exact because like I said, we're gonna take it out. So get it in there, let's go. And also, one thing to keep in mind is I've used 3 pans, but I'm gonna need 3 more because once we break it up, it's gonna take up twice as much space. So plan accordingly when you're doing it in batches. By the way, for any of you that don't like bananas, you could also use cooked sweet potato for this. You might wanna use a little bit more dates in your ratio because the sweet potatoes aren't obviously going to be as sweet as the really, really ripe banana. It would probably be super delicious, let me know. All right, let's get it out. It's been like 20 minutes. Okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. It's hot, so be careful. But I'm gonna take it, it's gonna be in these big clumps, you know, and throw it in the food processor. Just break it up into big pieces. Just be careful, don't burn yourself. Okay, close it up and just pulse it for like 1 second at a time. And then just keep checking it. See how it's broken up. Oh, it is nice. It smells delicious. Okay, let's see what's up. Now we're gonna spread it across 2 baking sheets instead of 1. If you have any big chunks left over like this, just throw it back in the food processor. You can hit it on the next batch. And spread it out so it's got lots of breathing space. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now it looks more like granola, doesn't it? We just gotta dry it out, crisp it up, brown it up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, let's go. So here's what I did. I turned the oven down to 250 now for the rest. We'll just slow roast it, and we're just gonna have to do it in batches. So let's get it started. All right, so here's a pro tip. If you go so long in the oven that it's actually crispy in the oven, then it's probably gonna be overcooked, too dry, maybe even burnt. You wanna go to where it's just a tiny bit chewy, because as soon as it cools, when you take it out of the oven, it's gonna crisp right up, you'll see. And if it didn't quite crisp up, then you just go a little bit longer next time, no big deal, or put it back in, whatever. Get those berries. Okay. Oh yeah, looking pretty. This is nice. It's just like a little bit chewy, so I know it's gonna dry and be nice and crunchy the way I like it. If you like it soft granola, I love soft granola too. Just do less time. I did 40 minutes for this at the lower temperature, so it was 20 minutes at 350, and then we took it out, mixed it up, and then I did 40 minutes at 250. I could have gone a little bit longer, I could have gone a little bit shorter. It's just however you like your texture. So let this cool and it'll crisp up a little bit. Give it like 15 or 20 minutes, that's all it takes. All right, it's cooled down a little bit. Yeah, it's nice and crunchy. Not like hard as a rock crunchy, but just like the perfect crunch. I love it. It's all nice and loose and broken up and ready to go, like perfect granola. And if you like it in bigger chunks, you can pulse it less in the food processor, or you can break it up by hand if you want to. You can do this any number of ways, right? Okay, let me show you how I like to eat it. This right here is some of my homemade soy yogurt. I made it from whole soybeans. None of this buy a quart of soy milk and throw in some old yogurt from the store and make no, this is totally from scratch. If you want to see how to do it, definitely comment down below, give me some motivation, I'll make some videos, maybe even a little guide. I've been playing with some fermenting, and this yogurt has come out really delicious. Check it out. All I did was blend up some nice fresh berries in here, and it is delightful. Then I'll take a nice big handful of granola, like that. Oh yeah. Stir it up a little bit. And then throw on a few more fresh berries. I'll get some of those raspberries. Yes. And we're ready to go. Oh yeah, let's give it a taste. That is good. That is really good. It's nice and sweet, but it's not too sweet. I think I put just the right amount of dates and then the raisins. You could do a little more if you wanted sweeter, whatever, but it's really, really good and really cheap. It's way cheaper to make your own than to go and buy it in the bulk bins with all the garbage and added sugar in it anyway. So definitely give it a shot. Let me know what you think. And this is how I cook. Super simple, whole food ingredients. If you want to see more really simple, healthy meals like this one, just click the playlist right here, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye. Maybe I will start eating breakfast again.